Hello people, it's a Secret Anime Fan here, and today is part 2 of a character story on Attach, which is more of just a discussion than a character story, but I thought I might as well talk about it as it's a revelation involving Attach. So if you don't want manga spoilers, just stop the video now. Even though this is nothing major, you're not going to be really disappointed that you found this out. I just thought it was interesting. So it turns out Attach, a somewhat timid, often forgetful character who was once the head of the marine photography department. I think he was anyway. He's definitely a marine photographer, or he was. And he was fired by the Marines. He's actually a completely different character. He was, in fact, a spy sent to infiltrate Big News Morgans, who, as far as we know, is the top dog, or maybe I should say bird, of the newspaper industry. Now, this is interesting because was Attach a spy all along? And was he actually spying on the Marines for Cipher Pol as well? Who knows? Now, I still reckon maybe Attach was indeed fired from the Marines, but was picked up by Cipher Pol to act as a spy. But I'm not going to lie, this revelation is all just a bit weird for me. Attach was always a joke character, as I discussed in my character story. So for him to be this spy who rips off his disguise and suddenly grows a bit taller, I don't know, it just seems weird to me. It kind of leads me to believe he may have been killed or maybe died during his time between being fired from the Marines and then maybe being picked up by Cipher Pol, if you get what I'm saying there. But hey, originally being a joke character, Oda can take whatever direction he likes with Attach, and we shouldn't really look too much into it. Nevertheless, let's further discuss Attach the Spy. So, as many of you manga readers know, Attach revealed his true identity. Big News Morgan was going to release a story that the world government put a gag order on. But once Attach heard Morgan's refused to obey, he ripped off his disguise and pointed a gun at him. And well, Morgan's basically 1-2 shot him, knocking him out. Disappointing for Attach and for myself when discussing the topic of Attach, but good for Morgan. Hey, I can always make a video on him. So why do I say disappointing? Well, that's because it was revealed that Attach was part of Cipher Pol. What department? Well, that's unclear, but since he got one-shotted, almost certainly below CP9 at least, and he's definitely not part of CP0. Why do I say this? Well, any member from CP9 or CP0 would have most likely been able to deal with Morgan's punch, whereas the other Cipher Pol members that we've seen so far are pretty much weaklings who were dealt with early story Sanji. I'm talking about Jerry of CP6, who got dealt with very quickly. And then there's this guy, remember him? Whilst Wanzi of CP7 did put up more of a fight, he would most likely get defeated by Morgans with ease. Then there's CP5, which Spandam was once the leader of, but they have no other notable members other than Spandam. Saying all this though, Attach was entrusted with infiltrating Big News Morgan's organisation, and this organization is pretty big. I think it's on par with Cipher Pol in terms of information and clout. If you think about the real life world government versus the media, media often has a lot of power, but that's reality. Let's go back to fantasy. I think Attach maybe is better recognized as a talent for infiltration and disguise as opposed to strength and battle prowess, hence why Morgan was able to beat him up very easily. He also displayed no Rukashiki, I think it was called, or Haki, so he can't be that high up in the Cipher Pol organization because he would have been trained in that, unless Morgan just attacked him so fast that Attach can, respond in time. Anyway, that's it. I thought I'd just make this video as a little update on the character known as Attach. It's not like my usual character stories, they go into more detail. But hey, I thought it was an interesting development to make a video on. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and please let me know which Cipher Pol do you reckon he's in the comment section, and see ya.